Hello everyone, welcome back to another part of our AI-102 question series. So before we start, let me congratulate to each individual who just passed using our playlist. As you can see, like many has commented below our videos. So Varuni has successfully passed AI-102 question exam yesterday and got many same questions. And similarly for the Iram, she also passed the exam. And for Arif also, he also passed the exam and got the exact same case study. Same was told by the Mubarak as well, which I guess in some of the videos he commented. Uh, and also Jai Shri Krishna, I don't know whose name it is. So I am grateful to all those who tagged me on our LinkedIn as well as comment in the section. So whoever is watching this video, if you pass this exam in future, please let me know in the comments as well as tag me on LinkedIn and tag our AI-102 playlist as well. So without any further delay, let's get started. So we have already done till question number 100. So let's start with the next question. You have a chatbot that uses OpenAI to generate responses. Okay. You need to upload the company data by using Chat Playground. The solution must ensure chatbot uses the data to answer user question. Okay. You have to complete the blank one of the below code. Okay, so there is a code here, uh, and you are uploading the data to the chat background. So let's discuss all of the options one by one as usual. So first option is about chat completion option. As we can see, like this whole code is all about chat. So definitely it is a like, even if you don't understand anything, you don't know, it is a like a very common sense answer, like you are going to choose chat completion option. But we are going to discuss it. Basically, this chat completion option class is used to configure the options for the like generating this chat completion, like which include the setting up the messages, and if you want to set up any additional extension, just like here we can see in our case, we are basically setting the additional extension of chat extension. So that chat completion option perfectly does. Second option, completion option. So this option is used for the text completion rather than the chat completion. We already discussed the difference between the completion and chat completion, which makes it like this option unsuitable for configuring a chatbot scenario, which basically relies on interaction based responses, just like we have to answer the user question. So this basically requires an proper interaction based messaging, which is not like done can be done by the completion option. Last option is streaming chat completion. So yes, streaming completion can be used for scenarios where you want to stream the response as been generated. But here, where our scenario requires the basic configuration of a chat completion and we want to integrate this chat extension in our code, so that won't be possible using streaming chat completion. Okay, so chat completion is definitely my short answer. So yes, this is correct. Second question is same. It is asking about the blank 2. Okay, so here we are basically integrating the new chat extension. So what should come here, and here inside it we are defining search endpoint, search key, index name. So it is like very clear for us, but let's see other option. So first is Azure chat extension option. So yes, this option seems like an answer, but it is related to configuring extension, not focusing on integrating, especially as we can see the options are related to search, cognitive search service, right? Azure AI service, and now it is named. So which needed to make the data searchable by the chatbot. So for that, it is not suitable our option. Next is Azure chat extension configuration. So this option is related to overall configuration of chat extension, but it lacks the specificity needed to incorporate like cognitive service, which is required in our case. Next is Azure Cognitive Search Chat Extension Configuration. Yes, this option is perfect as it is specifically designed to configure Azure Cognitive Search as a chat extension, which will ensure that chatbot can use the uploaded data to answer the user question. Okay. The next is Azure Key Credential. So this is the class which we use to provide credential for accessing Azure resources like cognitive search. As you can see here, we are already utilizing Azure Key Credential as our class to pass the credential. So this is definitely not going to come here. And a cognitive search chat extension configuration is the perfect answer. So let's check it. So yes, this is absolutely correct. So coming to the next question, you are building a chatbot, you need to use the content moderator service. So content moderator has now been renamed as Azure AI Content Safety. Okay, but still it is coming by name of content moderator. And so many questions are coming related to AI content safety, document intelligence, case studies, and all these new related service open AI. So you should put utmost attention to all these topics. Okay, you need to use the content moderator service to identify messages that contain sexually explicit language. Which section in the response from the service will contain the category score, and which category will be assigned to the message. Okay, so here we are given option. So I guess we have to choose two, first for the section response and second for the category. So let's first discuss all the section. So we have three section: classification, PII, and terms. So what classification does? So classification section response include the classification result, which also include the category score for different type of content, which is also required in our question as well. So classification is definitely one of them. And if we see any other more suitable to our question, then we will select this. Okay. But as of now, I'm going to select the classification only. And it also used to identify content which may considered offensive, inappropriate, or explicit in our case. Okay, so that's why I'm going to choose classification, because it checks for this sexually explicit content here. And in the classification section, we can see the category score, which indicates the likelihood of content being sexually explicit, basically like a confidence score, like how much it is sure about this is a sexually explicit language or not. Okay, so just like it has a category score. Next is PII. So you have heard of this term, like personally identified information. So it's a basically a full form. And this section is basically used to identify PII in the content such as email address, phone numbers, or social security numbers. And PII detection is not related to sexually explicit content. Therefore, this is not relevant to our question. Next is terms. So terms section identify the specific terms or keyword in the content which might be flagged based on the custom list of terms. While it can identify the offensive term, but it does not provide the category score related to sexually explicit content, which we required in our question. So classification is the best suitable answer, especially for the section you want, which contains the category score. Okay. And about the next part, which category will be assigned to the message. So like category 1, category 2, or category 3. So you should be like no, this is like more become a theoretical concept here. So category 1 represent the content which is likely to be a sexually explicit. Okay, and that what we want, so I'm going to select it. So category 2 represent content with the potentially offensive language that might not be a sexually explicit. Okay, and category 3 represent the content which is offensive in a different context, such as it might be a threatening language or violent language. So that is comes under category 3. Okay, so classification and category 1 is going to be my answer. So yes, this is absolutely correct. Next question is, you plan to build an app that will generate a list of tags for uploading images. The app must meet the following requirement: generate tags in a user preferred language, support English, French, and Spanish, minimize development effort. Okay, so you want to generate the tags in different languages and you want to minimize the development effort. You need to build a function that will generate the tag for the app. Which Azure service endpoint should you use? Okay, so we have different option: content moderator, image moderation. So like we don't need to moderate, we just need to generate the tag. Okay, so that is not going to be my answer. Even like many questions are coming from the content moderator, that doesn't mean you have to choose content moderator all the time. Okay, next is custom vision image classification. So custom vision, as you know, like it won't fit this requirement of minimized development effort, so no need to talk about it. Next is computer vision image analysis. So yes, this service provide a robust image tagging feature, and we can also do it using custom vision as well, but it requires a more development effort. But with the computer vision, as it's a pre-built service, it supports all these different languages, English, French, and Spanish as well. And it is a pre-built service, so no more development effort is required, and it can also automatically generate the text for the images in whatever preferred language user has selected with minimal configuration. Okay, so this is going to be my answer. Next is custom translator. So custom translator helps to translate text between languages, but it does not offer the image tagging capabilities, so that is not going to be my answer. So yes, let's select it. Yes, this is absolutely correct. Now you are building an app that will share user images. Okay, you need to configure the app to meet the following requirement. So what are our requirements? Uploaded image must be scanned. Okay, and any text must be extracted from the images. Okay, so you have to scan the images and then you have to extract the text from it. Now the extracted text must be analyzed for the presence of profane language. Okay, we have to check for like any bad language is there or not. The solution must minimize development effort. And what should you use for the text extraction? Okay, so the question is specifically asking about the text extraction, even though there are multiple requirements, but now it is only asking about the text extraction. Okay, so let's discuss all of the options. So first is Azure AI language. So Azure AI language has the capability for natural language understanding and processing, which include like sentiment analysis, key phrase extraction. We already discussed more about it, but it is not specifically designed to extract text from the images, which is not meaning our requirement here. Next is Azure AI computer vision. So yes, this has the capability to doing OCR, that is optical character recognition, which allows it to extract text from the image effectively. Okay, and it also minimize the development effort. So I'm going to select it. So next is content moderator. Even though we have a requirement of to found the profane language, but here the question is specifically asking for the text extraction only. So content moderator is not going to be my answer. Next is Azure AI Custom Vision. It won't fill the requirement of minimize development effort. So that is not definitely going to my answer. And last is Azure AI Document Intelligence. So yes, this now has become a better option than Azure AI Computer Vision. Why? Because this is specifically used to extract text from the scanned document and gives you like a structured information and process various kind of documents format. And also it can specifically handle the scanned documents. That is the more better fit than computer vision, which is more for a general images if you want to utilize. And also it can offer more insight and structured data from the extracted data. So this become a more suitable option for me, Azure AI Document Intelligence. If the question asks for the two option, then definitely these two I'm going to select it, but it is asking just for the one option, so I'm going to select Azure AI Document Intelligence to extract the text. Okay, so yes, this is going to be my answer. Next is you are building an app that will share same question it is, but now it is asking for the profane language detection. Okay, so we have already discussed just now that content moderation or Azure AI content safety is very good service to detect and filter out the potentially offensive content in text and images, so it completely fulfills the requirement efficiently. So this is definitely going to answer, and we already discussed about all the surveys, so not going to discuss again and again. So yes, this is correct. Next is you are developing an app that will use decision and language API. You need to provision resources for the app. The solution must ensure that the each service is accessed by using a single endpoint and credential. So this is a very important keyword. You want to utilize both the service decision APIs and the language API through a single endpoint. Okay, which type of resource you have created? So we have done similar question, but it was language was totally different way back. I guess around the third video we have done that. So yes, in the question number 36, you see there is a totally different language. You cannot find this that question and this question is totally same. But here Also, you can see the solution must use a single key and endpoint. So there was a requirement. And here we have chosen this cognitive service. So, and in the option one, we have selected the subscription. So that is our subscription ID. So yes, this was our answer. And we have already discussed also, like we have to access the multiple cognitive. So the cognitive service is the old name for the Azure AI services now. It is now renamed as, but is still in the code API. It is still going by the name of Microsoft Cognitive Service. That's why it is important to know older name as well as the new name, because some question are still coming, specifically when I talk about content moderator and content safety. There are still question coming with the same old name as well. Okay, so let's come back to our question. We have done so many questions. Where is our, yes, we are doing the question number 107. So now we already know, like we have to choose Azure AI services. We already know like language is different, speech is different, won't do both the tasks. But within the category of Azure AI services, it basically combines the multiple AI services, including the decision making or languages, in our case, under one umbrella, and allowed the unify access via single endpoint and credential. Okay, so this is going to be my answer. And also, like question can also come into different languages, like just not decision and language API. Any two services it will take, like maybe speech or language or some different services. Okay, they will confuse you. But if question mention you have to access it via single endpoint and credential, then Azure AI service is the perfect answer for it. Okay, let's move to the next question. You are building an internet-based training solution. The solution requires that a user camera and microphone remain enabled. Okay, so it's like you are giving test. So that question also come in the examination. You need to monitor a video stream of the user and verify that the user is alone and not collaborating with another user. Okay, and also you have to minimize the development effort. What should you include in the solution? Okay, so first is speech to text in Azure AI speech service. Okay, so what Azure AI speech service does, it convert the spoken language into written text. Okay, so this can be like useful to understand the verbal communication, but it won't be helpful in the visual monitoring. Basically, we have to monitor a video stream, right? So it won't be useful into that. And it does not provide any visual monitoring capacity, Azure AI speech service, like to find out that if user is alone or not. Okay, so second is object detection in Azure AI custom vision. So yes, it can do it, but it won't fit the requirement of minimizing the development effort. And last is spatial analysis in Azure AI vision. So that is going to be my answer, because this feature can analyze video stream to understand like human behavior and the number of people present in the defined space. So this is specifically designed for scenarios like this, where we have to verify the user presence and ensure that user is alone or not. Okay, and it also fulfills the requirement of minimizing the need of custom development. So that is also fulfilled. So let's move to the next question. You are building a language learning solution. You need to recommend which Azure service can be used to perform the following task. Analyze lesson plans submitted by teachers and extract key fields such as lesson times and required text. And it must minimize the development effort. Which Azure service should you recommend for the about task? So by now it should be very clear to you how you are going to basically extract key fields like this, and you want to analyze. Document intelligence is the perfect service for this. You should have no doubt by now. Okay. Next is you are building a language learning solution. Okay. Is it same? No, its question is different. Here you have to basically analyze the learning content and provide students with pictures that represent commonly used word or phrases in the text. So we have recently done like a very thorough session about it in one of our previous videos, same playlist, AI-102. So if you are following all the questions, then you already know what like which service is used to represent the pictures for the commonly used word. So this is also a important. If it is not asking for the commonly used word, then answer is going to be different. But it is asking for the commonly used word. then my answer will become immersive reader. Okay. But if it is not asking about a like commonly used word, then you have to use for each word, then my answer will become custom vision, because that will be able to do that. Okay. And so yeah, it also minimize the development effort. So let me select just the immersive reader. So yes, this is absolutely correct. And you can go out to this link. Let me just open it. So yes, as we can see here, just like a common word tools, it will show a picture of us, and that's why immersive reader is the perfect service for our requirement. So that's all in this video. See you guys in the next one. I hope you are enjoying our series and explanation. If you want to know more explanation about specific question, make sure you let me know in the comments, and please share our AI 102 playlist on your LinkedIn profile, and don't forget to tag me. See you guys in another one.